Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, I just have to shake my head. A new record. The most amount of Americans that have credit card debt. One record down. Another record. Most student debt ever. Most people that have 90 days late payments on their car notes. This can't keep going. Or can it? A record most stores that's closed in the last 2 years. That's right. We got to talk about preparing yourself for the damage that's about to occur. This is Stop Struggling Now. So please, like, subscribe, and click the bell so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. Well, I'm going to start off the second half of this pretty simply. Stock buybacks in 2018, $1.1 trillion. For all those who's not into the stock market, what this basically means is when corporations have money and they want to increase their price or show that their stock is undervalued, they buy back their shares. Except in the case of 2019 and 2018, what this really does is it increases the stock price. Remember, most of these CEOs, executives of corporations, get hundreds of thousands of shares of stock when they get a position. So what do? They buy back the shares instead of building new facilities, instead of reinvesting in employees' education, learning their craft, instead of giving employees raises. They're willing to buy $1.1 trillion and rising, because this is at the end of 2018. They started it back in January again. So in essence, these guys have bought back over $1.5 trillion between 2018 and the first month or two of 2019. And instead of reinvesting in your company, they're putting it in nothing. Stock market. And then they're selling their shares, which is the big secret. So after they raise the price because they keep buying the shares, then they sell hundreds of thousands of shares and make millions of dollars. So I just wanted to illustrate this first, because what this actually means that is staying to the top 1%. They already make lots of money, and this is a way to run their casino, so to speak, so they can increase their price without giving any money to any of the middle class, sharing any wealth anywhere. They're keeping it all in-house, because most executives, you're not going to be the 40%, 50% of the people who make under $50,000 a year. You're not going to be in that bracket working as an executive who's going to get a couple 100,000 shares. So they have every incentive to make it go up. That way their shareholders are happy, they're happy, everybody's happy. So anyhow, let's get down to it. All the records that have been happening, this is one of the records in itself. It's never happened before. And of course, what do you do when you want to keep your thumb on somebody, keep your foot on somebody's neck? You make sure they owe money, and therefore they have to work somewhere. That means anywhere. So now what are they doing? Children, young adults, even older adults who want to go get a little education thinking that'll get them ahead, they're saddled with debt and a record of 1.465 trillion. That is a record. That has never happened before. So now if you have a generation that's saddled with debt with these type of numbers, that means they're going to be in default. That means it's going to be forever. That means whenever they go get a job and they get a promotion, that means they could potentially have this debt hanging above their head for the rest of their lives, because some of this debt from student loans, you cannot file bankruptcy and remove it. It's for life. So that's just the way it's working. Just think about it. This could be your children. This could be your grandchildren. This could be you. and you have debt, and you're sitting there working at a $12 or $15 an hour job, but you have $60,000 owed to a school, or 50 or 30 or 100 in some cases, or more, and can't get a job that pays decent enough wage that you thought you might be making. You thought you might be a 1%er who makes over $100,000 a year. But that's 1% of the population, working population in America. So that's quite a big gap. So that's how you start taking down the middle class and lower income. What else is going on? So now these jobs where people make $15, $12, $10 an hour, another record. In 2018, 2019, another record of over 4,000 stores are going to be closing. These are mom and pop stores. These are stores that hold maybe sometimes 30 employees, 50 employees, 100 employees. And when you start doing these numbers of 4,000 and maybe even more, there's a decline again in the middle class to lower class. So therefore you have to prepare yourself. You know what's coming. This is Stop Struggling Now. I've been trying to help you prepare for the day that this is going to happen. If you lived during 2006, 7, 8, 9, if you thought that was bad, these are records. That means these are set even above what happened in 2006, 7, 8. So you should be concerned. And you're way ahead of the curve. So since you know what's coming, you can prepare yourself. So you already know, if you've been watching previous videos, I've mentioned this before, but back to this 4,000 retail stores and more that's going to be shutting down, that is revenue out of the market. That's millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that's going to be gone. Buildings are going to be empty, no revenue for landlords, no revenue for the businesses that are around the businesses that are closed. Now you're affecting the gas station that was right in front of all these businesses are going to be affected. So it's a trickle down theory, and that's the people that get hurt worse the most. You already don't make enough, and now you have everything closing around you, and now you don't have any economic environment around there to do anything. Keep in mind, this is why you need to start thinking about what your next move is going to be. It doesn't even have to be things that I'm talking about. If you can come up with anything to get an additional few streams of income, that would be your best thing to do right now. Don't delay. Don't keep putting it off. So here we are. Now we'll go to the next screen where I'm talking about, you already know, 7 million Americans are 90 days behind on their car notes. That is another record, which also tells you people, if you're 90 days behind, that means you're not making enough. You're barely scraping by. So that means you're paying something else. What is that something else going to be? It's probably going to be your rent. It's going to be rent, and then of course it might be food, and then what is it next? Your electricity to make sure your lights are on. And then you're saying, well, I got a car and I need that to work, but at least I don't have to worry about paying it this month. And then another month goes by, and then another month goes by, and before you know it, you're 2 months behind. And you're not going to be able to make it up in most cases. Most people don't have 6 months worth of living expenses in the bank, which is the ideal scenario, by the way. They want you to have 6 months worth of expense. So that way, in case you do lose your job, in case you do get sick or ill, you're able to cover that. I recommend it as well. But it's easier said than done in today's environment when people are living paycheck to paycheck, and a lot of people are. So just keep this all in mind as to why you should have these up to 7 streams of incomes. Remember, millionaires have 7 streams of income or more. If you're not a millionaire, doesn't it make sense that you should start getting some additional streams of income? And then here we go. This is unbelievable. Another record, which goes hand in hand with your late payments on your car. Now a record, almost $1 trillion in credit card debt, $870 billion. This is the most ever in America. What does that tell you? Ladies and gentlemen, we know if you can't pay your car payment in 30 days, what's coming next? You're sooner or later not going to be able to pay your credit card either. And sooner or later, people aren't going to be able to pay their house note either. So we already know, you can already figure it out, that people, if they're not paying the car note, they have credit cards at the highest level there's ever been. It's a record. You know, student loan debt's the highest on record. You know, people don't get paid a lot of money in general. 1% make over $99,000 a year. If you know all this, you know what's coming next. After the housing, after the, not the housing, but the jobs, the stores are closing. Companies are laying people off. What's going to come next? Of course people can't pay their house note. So we're back to 2006, 7, and 8 again. It's just a matter of when. It's not going to be if, it's just when. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep adding debt to your credit cards? You're going to keep going around here, even though I have these videos that can improve your credit score, and then you're going to go out here and get a loan, and then you're going to use that loan to just buy junk, garbage? No. You got to use the money to make more money. You just don't want to buy some material object that's worthless, that goes down in value, so you can floss around town. Come on now. Let's get real with this, because all of us are going to be hurt. You got to understand, whenever there's a crisis economically, those who are hurt the worst are, it's from bottom to the top. The guys at the top, all they're doing is buying up everything cheap, meaning there's going to be cheap apartment buildings if you're in real estate, cheap homes because people are in foreclosure, cheap businesses because now businesses are going out of business. So you can just basically, people are handing them saying, give me $10,000 so I can get out of here because I'm losing money every month. And they're just buying up stuff because they have the money. Meanwhile, the people at the bottom who don't have the money, they can't get the jobs, they can't get the credit to do anything because credit tightens. You can't get anything. Not going to be able to get a job. You're going to be down with everybody else. And that's why you want your credit to be good. Clear all your debt if you can. Make sure your credit score is high, because that's the one thing that can save you overall. Like I said, you're going to need a great credit score, not great, but a very good credit score. And while there's a lot of cheap properties that come up, or apartment buildings, or whatever you want to invest in could be cheap, you can use credit to buy it while it's cheap. You'll have your opportunity. Just be patient, but why not put yourself on the road to success right now? Get everything in order right now. Okay? That's what this conversation is about today. I just wanted to show you all these records aren't happening for a reason. You're getting a warning. I know this video is going to be long, but this is one of my things. Every time this happens, every 10 years, every 8 years, every 12 years, this happens. I talk to a few of my friends and I give them similar things like this. I say, look, this is what's happening. You can see it coming. And then a year later, 8 months later, it happens. And then they're, lost their job. They're getting laid off. Hard to recover, foreclosures. I mean, it's sad. So therefore, get your extra income in order. You're going to need it. And so I'll just mention what we're doing. Like I said, you got to sign up with, there's a new car company. And again, I keep saying this, just sign up for free. It's Trip Rides. Get your spot, because basically when you sign up, you're getting a spot. So sign up for free. You don't have to sign up as a driver and pay the $250 and the $199, because they haven't even started yet. But get your spot and tell other people to download the software. So if this does happen, you have a serious upside. There's going to be millions of people that will sign up if they're able to pull this off. So you don't have to put any money out. Just sign up for free. You'll see the link down below. The other thing, You notice that I moved and I tried to promote, and I still am a reseller for the SIM card. Now, I still have SIM cards. A few people called me and said they wanted them. I sent them an invoice, but they didn't pay for them. So the SIM cards are still available. Because when you don't have a job, if you don't have money or you get laid off, it's nice to know that you don't have a cell phone bill and your cell phone's going to be on for 9 years or 8 years. You don't have a bill, and you know you're going to be able to dial out through any hard times. You don't have to worry about it. Your phone's on. So I mean, what better way is there to make sure that you have some of the necessities in hand? So you can order right now with MCS Telecom. There's a link below. The prices went up. It's $589 for 5 years of service. Unlimited talk, unlimited text. They still got 2 gigabytes of data, and then it throttles down. But just being a Wi-Fi area most of the time, it's supposed to go up, but it still hasn't. We're still in first quarter 2019. They said first quarter 2019 unlimited, but they're a little bit slow on the uptake. You have, I can call 96 countries unlimited, no fee, no long distance, no roaming, no nothing. So all it is, you have to be in the United States, Virgin Islands, territories. Once you leave the country, the phone does not work. But that's, most people are in the country. Not that many people actually even leave the United States outside the country per year. So that's not even a thing. But at least you will not have a bill. And I have 3 SIM cards for $300, people. I have 1 SIM card that you can keep your number. It's $446 total, $300 for the SIM card, and then it was $108 to keep your number. I have 1 of those left, and it's 9 years when you activate it. It comes to $446. That included the tax and the shipping and all that, and so I'm just getting my money back. I can't charge anymore. I'll get booted out of the company. So somebody can hit me up at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com and get a cell phone, as long as you have an unlocked phone, for 9 years would be your service. Okay, and when it goes unlimited data, you're upgraded to the unlimited data. When they add more international cities or countries, you get automatically updated. There's no downside to this. You will not have a bill for 9 years. Now, if you don't care about your number, I have a SIM card for $327.11. Again, that's for 9 years, and you'll get to pick well, you don't pick anything. It's wherever you live at, that area code, that's what you'll have. And they'll give you your own number. It'll be whatever random number. And then I have one last one, because remember the flea market? I had a sample phone so I could show people. That one's $327.11. I'm selling it for the same price, but the sample phone only has 8 years and probably 7 months. 7 months, 6 months left, but still, that's almost 9 years of cell phone service. And if you want the phone that comes with it, but I'm in the 239 area code on this phone. If you're in the 239 area code, then you can have my sample phone. It cost me $125. It was a J3. So if you want the unlocked J3 and the SIM card, it's whatever, $125 plus the $327.11. All right. So $452.11, I believe that is. So either way, I can hook you up. Otherwise, you just got to go to mcstelecom.com/460.html. I can't help you, and it's $589 plus tax. So that's going to be over $600 for 5 years. It's a new program. So once these are gone, nobody else is going to have 9 years. And you're not going to be able to buy it for the $300 neither. So these are the kind of things that you got to look at. This is an item that you use every day. And this is why I also was promoting the IXQ TV. Why? Most people watch TV. And with that, you can make money. So you're already paying, most people are paying their satellite or cable or it's over $100 a month if you want decent channels. So IXQ TV is $39 a month, so it's less anyhow. You just need to order your Wi-Fi. Comcast in my territory is $39 for 100 megabytes per second or something like that. $49 was 150 megabytes per second, even though it doesn't get that speed, but that's what they say. So now TV is taken care of. So now if you have your phone bill, your TV bill taken care of, and you can make money at this with IXQ TV, share it with other people. You can be a customer. You just share it with 4 people and tell your friends, hey, yeah, this is what we're doing. They give you $10 a month. Now your cable bill is free. And if you want to treat it as a business, not only would you make money off of everybody that signs up, but now you're making additional money when those people tell other people to sign up. And it just keeps going. And this is worldwide. So you can tell your friends anywhere. There's international channels, there's movie channels, there's pay-per-view, there's soccer, there's movie channels. I mean, local channels, ABC, NBC, Fox. I mean, it's all there. Plus the internationals. Like I told you the story before, a person came to my office and he's like, hey man, this is what I watch in Germany, and he sits here and watches it for like 30-40 minutes. I didn't mind. So this opportunity is available to you, and it's something you do every day, so it makes it kind of easy. It's not really hard, and you get to write it off on your taxes next year because it's a business. So in actuality, the bill gets to be written off even if you didn't sign up anybody and had the service. So I just wanted to illustrate, all these records are being broken right now that are all bad. These are not good signs. These are not good economic signs for minorities. This is not good economic signs for anybody that has low income. This is not good signs for pretty much 60% of the population. So just think about that. You have families, you have people that rely on you. So with all this said, it's a little bit motivation, a little bit knowledge, a little bit of understanding. And so now is the time that I haven't mentioned something in about a month or two. The precious metals. When you want to invest a little bit here, a little bit there in precious metals. Silver is cheaper, but 1 ounce of silver is $15. When I spoke about this maybe 2 or 3 months ago, it was around $14.20 or something like that when we did the Silver Stacker Challenge. So it hasn't went up that much, and there's a reason, because these guys are doing buybacks of stocks. As soon as that buyback of stocks and the stocks come crashing down, then people are going to be looking for precious metals. That means the palladium, the gold, the silver, the platinum. That's where they'll park their money, so to speak. And that's when that will rise up a little bit. It's not like you're going to make a ton of money, but at least you're not going to lose the money, and at least the money's not going to be taken if banks try to do bail-ins, as they call it, where they're taking people's money to pay off loans. That's right, it could happen. And it always happens in an economic downturn, such as a 2006, 7, or 8. You can check your history books on it. So this went overtime, but the reason why is because I'm passionate about this. People don't understand. This is where middle class gets wiped out. This is where lower income people get wiped out. They get hurt. We all get hurt when this occurs, and you're not prepared. So don't get caught. You don't have to be. You have the internet these days. You have the $1 million phone in your hand that you're playing toys with, that you could be starting your own social media sites, your YouTubes, the Instagrams, the Snapchats. Be on Facebook and start promoting something, because this is going to be the way of the world. Don't stay behind the curve. So with all that said, we're approaching 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. I can't say enough how much I appreciate everyone, all the subscribers, people's support, the emails that I receive, the comments that people make, the exchange of information that people also leave in the comments. That's what this is all about. So thank you very much. And this is kind of exciting. I might even do a first live stream. And now I have to do something. I don't know what I'm going to be doing when we hit the 1,000 subscriber, but there'll be another video coming out. I'll probably do a live stream, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm going to try and see if I can give out some prizes or something. I don't know, but don't hold me to it yet, because I haven't even figured out if I can even do prizes. I don't think we can do incentivize on YouTube or not. So maybe I'll have to figure out something else. But anyhow, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. And I should mention, again, I keep forgetting, there is a StopStrugglingNow.com website. We also are on YouTube, as you know, because you're watching. We're on Facebook. We have Facebook is facebook.com/StopStrugglingNow. We have a page and a group. Twitter is Stop Struggling. Snapchat, I think it's under Stop Struggling Now or Stop Struggling. And then we have Instagram, also Stop Struggling or Stop Struggling Now. The name is too long, so sometimes it's cut off. That's why the only reason I can't add the now. And I can't remember which one is which. But there's something else, Telegram, which is on your phone. Telegram is a mobile app. It's not really on your desktop or anything like that. And it's almost direct. You can leave messages. It's an interesting platform. So I'm on Stop Struggling Now is also on Telegram. So make sure you download that, and it's in the description below. And if you're starting any YouTube channel, make sure you get TubeBuddy. That helps you with keyword suggestions, helps you increase your subscribers, simply because it gives you gives you some information that you can put in your descriptions, or actually even helps me do my thumbnails and other things like that. I probably will never do a video on it, but I might. But again, thank you everybody for listening, and please share the videos. Don't keep your friends out of the dark. Let them know what time it is. All right, most people are working 10, 12, 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, and they don't have time to find out about this information. They're just going on about their day, and they don't listen to the news. They're thinking everything's fine, because you go to work and people are like, hey, we all have jobs, and did you hear that everything's going great? But there's an underlying current that goes on, and then that's just how people get caught, because they're not saving. They're not preparing if there's a downturn in the economy. They're thinking everything's fine, and then the next thing you know, they're saying, hey, you're laid off this week. And you're like, what do you mean? I thought everything was fine. So that's why you need to share this information to a few people. A link. This is the social media age. So that's what you should be doing. And I appreciate your support. So please, once again, like, subscribe, and click the bell so you get the latest updates. And it's going to be a hard road coming, so keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.